I have now owned the Logitech MX keys for a couple of weeks, and I'm ready to give you my thoughts about it and help you decide if you should consider this keyboard. For a long time I've tried to find the right keyboard for me. I've owned the Pro 2, the Razer Black Widow, and a couple of other mechanical keyboards, and I came to the conclusion that I just didn't like the feel and the sound of a mechanical keyboard. Therefore, I started looking into different membrane options. My rough searching criteria was that I wanted something wireless with good battery life, a sleek and minimalistic body, low noise when typing, and preferably with backlighting. I tried the Dell KM717, which I liked, but I ended up returning due to some connection issues and of course because it lacked the backlighting. Then I tried the ThinkPad wireless keyboard, which I loved too, in part because I also own a ThinkPad laptop and in part because of the compact and lightweight nature of the keyboard. But I was still missing the backlight, and the plastic build gave a bit too much flex and felt quite cheap in my opinion. Then a few weeks ago I discovered the MX keys, a keyboard that claims to deliver on everything that I want in a keyboard. And after a few days of searching, I managed to pick up this keyboard secondhand as good as new for around 50 bucks. Since I got this keyboard, I haven't looked back. I absolutely love it. It took me around 1 hour to get used to the shape and feel of the keys, and after that I have been typing at my normal speed or faster since. The layout and spacing is just about perfect, and the feel when you press down on a key is very satisfying. But it's not the typing experience that separates this keyboard from others I've tried. It is everything else about it. The build quality is fantastic. It's made of aluminum and high quality plastic, and it's also quite heavy considering it's not a mechanical keyboard. There is absolutely no flex to the board and it just screams quality. The connection stability is the best I have tried for a wireless keyboard. To this date, I have only experienced one small issue where the volume on the connected PC would go to 100%, and the only way to get it down was to turn the keyboard off and then on again. Furthermore, the battery seems to be incredible. Logitech claims around 10 days with light on and around 6 months with the light off. In the time I have spent with the keyboard, I have mainly used it without the light on, and it's still a 2 out of 3 bars in the Logitech Options software. Now let's talk about that lighting. It is one of the best implementations of lighting I have ever seen on a keyboard, with 8 different levels of backlight from off to very bright. It works by having sensors that register when something comes close to the keyboard, which then turns on the light. Now at first I was nervous that the sensors would be too slow and that I would have to type the first couple of words in the dark, or that the sensors would only detect your hands from certain angles, but I have to say that's absolutely not the case. I can't even hit a single key before the backlight turns on, and the only part of the keyboard where you can touch it without the backlight turning on is at the top. Now there is a few minor things that I would like to change on this keyboard, which would almost make it perfect. The first one is the adjustable feet. The keyboard is angled a bit, but I would have liked the option to make the typing angle a bit more aggressive. The second thing is regarding the battery indicator. On the keyboard there is just one LED that will turn red when the battery is low, and in the software there is a small indicator with 3 stages to show your battery life. I would have liked a way to see your battery life more accurate. In a dream scenario, Logitech could implement an estimated battery value into their software that is based on how much a specific keyboard is used, with and without the lighting turned on. To wrap it up, I will make it simple. If you want the best wireless keyboard possible and you don't like mechanical keyboards, I think you will have a hard time finding anything better than this. It's a bit expensive at the normal price at around 100 bucks, but I think that's worth that. I got it secondhand, but I honestly would pay the full price for this keyboard. It's that good. Now there is also the Logitech Craft keyboard, which is basically the same keyboard with a knob on it. I personally think that the knob doesn't justify the much higher price tag, but you might disagree. Which is a segue to the final point of this video. The feel of a keyboard is always going to be subjective. What feels good to me might not feel good to everybody else. However, I will say that I think most people will be pleased with the feel of the MX keys. And because it ticks all of the other important boxes that I have talked about, I don't think you can go completely wrong with it. Lastly, I will leave purchase links to Amazon in the video description and links to my other keyboard reviews and to what is in my opinion the best mouse to accomplish this keyboard. That has been all. I'll see you next time.